There we go. Okay, now live. All right. What's up, Bustin? I see that you have joined the live. You have made it. What's up, my friend? Bodhi is not wanting to go to sleep. He's in there screaming. But I'm still live. I'm still live. I'm trying to get this set up. What's up, Bo? And 7 first. Again. What's up? What's up? Let's see. Good to see you guys. Hello. Hello. It's not telling me how many people are on for some reason. It always tells me. Oh, there it is. It just popped up. I hope my connection's okay. I hope as well the YouTube stream is working with volume. How's it going? Azazel 7, everybody. What's up, Bo? What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Bodhi's not wanting to go to sleep, so he may be running in and out of here. What's up, my mental? How you doing? Nice. So, Azazel, on Fridays, what I do is I talk for a good while, interact with the comments. Hey, Judy, what's up? Interact with the comments for a pretty good while, maybe an hour or so, and then I start letting guests on, and I have a bunch of guests on Friday nights. So, yeah. All right. What's up, Judy? What's up? How's it going? How's it going? It's my background. You can see my background. Everything good? At work, pretending to be a security guard tonight. Looking forward to a nice live. Nice. Love reading your posts on RQT. Thanks, my friend. Awesome. 7, thank you for reading it. I write those posts and then I'm never sure if anybody's really going to read them because I tend to, I want to, I feel like I'm just going to write a short post, explain my thoughts, of whatever's on my mind in the moment. And then it ends up I keep going and I keep digging and I just get deeper and deeper. And pretty soon I'm like, this is so long, nobody's ever going to read this. So I really appreciate you reading what I've written. It means a lot. Little bro. That's a belief. Andrew, you're just telling me your belief. It's meaningless to me because I don't believe it. So your words are just the beliefs of ancient human beings' beliefs. You believe in the ancient human beings' belief. So what do you mean when you say you don't need God? Oh, pretty much everything about it. You don't, there is no need. It's irrelevant. God is irrelevant. God is absolutely, totally irrelevant. It's spicy already. God is absolutely irrelevant. The question of God, the need for God, it's all anything about God out there, some external deity that is separate from me and separate from you and separate from existence. It's absolutely irrelevant, and it's just imagination. It's belief. There's no What does my shirt say? You are the universe experiencing itself. It's Alan Watts, an Alan Watts quote. It's on rickquestionsthings.com. I love this shirt. I love Alan Watts. But you don't need a God. There's no necessity for a God. And in fact, when you believe in some separate external entity out there, some deity out there who is separate from you and separate from the creation and all those kinds of things, it really does you harm because you don't realize that you actually are what you're projecting out there. You are this existence, and existence is all there is. You aren't separate from it. And so you are all that exists in that sense. And if you want the word God, to use the word God, you are God if you want to use that word. I'm not fond of the word. I think we could lose it. But you are all that exists. You are existence. You are the energy of the cosmos, and the energy of the cosmos flows and it takes on forms and it's inseparable. It's an inseparable organic process that is and makes up all things and is all things. It's one whole. And so you are that. That's what you are. You're not separate from it. And so because you're not separate from it, that's what you are. That makes you it, the very thing itself. And that makes everyone else it too. So, I'm not talking to the ego and saying, you ego, you are so big and mighty and strong and you are everything. The ego is just essentially an illusion too. I mean, it's a form out of this stuff as well, right? But you are you, the real you, deep down, the real you that transcends all of the illusion of separation is existence, and that's who you are. I'm freer while following Christ. What I mean, that's a belief that you have. As long as you're okay with just a mere belief, the beliefs in the beliefs of ancient human beings, then that's okay. I don't have any problem with that. But there is no Jesus. Jesus isn't alive. The Jesus that you read about in the New Testament is a fabrication. It's a fiction. Because, and you can go to my website, rickquestionsthings.com. I've written about it. You can read about it and see why it is a fiction. And it is purely a fiction. Azazel, that's right. You don't need a God or a book to tell you how to be a good person or to have morals or anything like that, right? Because morals, essentially, they're made up of the culture and environment in which you have found yourself as an ego. You were so wrong. Well, those are just words. I mean, you're going to find out it's going to be too late for you. Who says this? Daughter of God says, y'all gonna, that may be the female Jesus, I guess. I don't know. Son of God, daughter of God. Y'all gonna find out it's gonna be too late for you. So meaning you're gonna find yourself in hell, right? Hell doesn't exist. Hell just does not. Yeah, they're here tonight busting. Hell does not exist. It's a belief. Again, it's just merely a belief. But you choose to believe it, and so you choose fear, and you choose bondage. But it doesn't exist. Hell doesn't exist. It just is imagination. It's just purely imaginary. In droves. So, I invite you to go to rickquestionsthings.com. You can read what I've written. I don't just write about deconstruction. Thank you, Christopher. You know, they're here in droves. So just keep in mind, because they are here in droves, the parrots have flocked in, and it's looking a little sketchy as I'm watching the numbers do this. I do have a backup account, Rick Questions Things 2. And I'm also streaming live on YouTube as well. Bo, show off the... Bo, there it is. Thank you, Christopher, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, remember that I am streaming on YouTube. If something happens here, I have a backup, Rick Questions Things 2. You can go there as well. Thank you, Bo. It's good to see everybody. Thank you, Azel. I don't want to read anything you have because you have a closed mind. You're misleading, and we'll find out in the end. But I won't. You are just spouting your beliefs, and your beliefs are just that. They're merely beliefs. You believe ancient human beliefs. So the fact that you don't want to read another view tells me you are absolutely programmed and closed-minded, and you will never, ever grow. You will never, ever break free of the bondage. Thank you, Azazel. I appreciate that. What was that? A galaxy. I love it. I love it. That's so awesome. You'll never break free from the bondage of religion. You will never embark on your own path of realization. It'll never happen for you because you're programmed and closed-minded and a tiny. Thank you. Thanks for putting it. Oh, of course, Bo. I love it. I love it. Who created us? That is a religious question. It's irrelevant. It's an irrelevant question. The fact that you ask who shows that you have been taught and programmed to ask who. Thank you. It is spicy. I need those chilies. You are here right now in this moment. What is it to you who created? And the word created, what is that? Created. Why do you use the word created? So you're just displaying your presuppositions, right? You're coming into that question already loaded with your presuppositions and beliefs. Who? That is a belief. Created? That is a belief. Us? That is a belief, because there is no us. There is no separate ego entity, right? We are not separate entities. We are existence. We're the flow of the cosmic energy of all things in the universe and the cosmos. That's what you really are. That's what you are deep down. Not just deep down, period. And it's all a happening. You are a happening of yourself as the universe. That's what you are. And so to ask the question, who created us? Who is presupposition, it's your belief. Created, presupposition, it's your belief. Us, presupposition, it's your belief. You are presupposing a who, you're presupposing a creation, you're presupposing an us. And all three of those things is just simply your belief. They stem from your belief. Times are narrowing down, Daughter of God says. Well, if you would read my blog, you would know that there are no end times. And when it talks about Jesus' second coming in the Gospels, it's talking about the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 CE. That's it. Brandon, thank you for your question. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that very much. It was a good question. And thank you for entertaining me and letting me provide words as an answer. So I did just write, now that you speak of it, the end times. The last post that I posted is called Matthew 24 and the Coming of Jesus, where I clearly and absolutely show you that when the Gospels talk about, especially, and I use Matthew 24 as the prime example, where the Gospels talk about the second coming of Jesus, it's talking about clearly, absolutely, 100% talking about the destruction of Jerusalem. When it's talking about, when it refers to the second coming of Jesus, it is talking about the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 CE. He's never coming back, ever, ever, ever. I have read the Quran, and it is no different. You know, the Quran only exists because Christianity and Judaism exists. It grew out of as a response to Christianity. So Christianity isn't true. Islam definitely isn't true. None of them are true. But I've read the Quran. I've read the Quran many times, and it's just there again. It's beliefs. It's manipulation and belief and imagination. So to believe the Quran is just a belief, just a belief. I could put any God to the test on this live, and I rarely do it because I don't want to offend. I really don't want to offend people. I'm just telling truth. That's it. I'm just speaking truth. And if you don't like it, you can scroll on, because as I say all the time, there are 100,000 other streams that are actually, they're Christian. They're I guarantee if you swipe right now, there are 10,000 Christian streams right now that you can listen to, just the same old stuff over and over and over. But the reason you're here is because you hear something that is piquing your interest and it scares you. It scares you. Someone like me scares you. You know, I walked the walk. I was a sincere, genuine Christian for many, many years. I got a Master's of Arts in Religion from Westminster Theological Seminary. I was a pastor for several years and preached. What's up, Serge? And preached for years and years and years. And I intellectually worked my way out of Christianity. I didn't want to lose my faith. I didn't want to leave Christianity. That wasn't my goal. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to lose my faith. But what I learned intellectually about Christianity, I learned that it wasn't true. And so I couldn't continue to believe what I knew wasn't true. But I've been there, I've walked the walk. Yeah, you are. They must have said. How do you know? Because I've done the research, and you can go to rickquestionsthings.com and read the things that I've said about these. What I've written about these things. I saw a comment and it threw me off because Alan Watts is the man. I wanted to see that comment. Thank you, Serge. I love Alan Watts. Love Alan Watts. You can also find shirts like this on rickquestionsthings.com. So I like to design shirts and coffee mugs and things like that. And I actually have a shop page, a merch page on rickquestionsthings.com as well as my writings. I have an Ask Rick page that you can submit a question and I'll respond to you in a video response. You can get news and announcements about what I'm doing. What's up, Tim? Thank you. You can also book a one-on-one session if you're going through deconstruction, if you're embarking on your own path of self-realization and self-discovery, and just want to talk about those things, I'd love to do that as well. I want to have Bustin and you guys, Bo and everybody. I want to everybody that's always here with me. I want to do a Zoom meeting as well with some of us. So I'm hoping to do that and put that in the works. What happens when you die? My mental. Good question. I'm asked that all the time, and my answer is that no one knows. No one knows. And again, it's an irrelevant question, because all that exists truly in reality is this moment, this present moment, right here, right now, right? And this moment, you are in this moment, you are this moment, your existence. This moment is existence, and there is no past in this moment. The only past that exists is in your mind as a thought in the present moment. There is no future in this moment. The only future that exists is imaginary thoughts of the future in this present moment. And so when you think about death in the future and what happens after death, it's absolutely irrelevant, because in this moment it doesn't exist. And no one knows. No one's truly died and has come back from that to tell us what happens. It just doesn't happen. There are near-death experiences, but they're just near-death experiences. That's why they're called near-death experiences. They aren't death experiences. No one comes back. And because in a near-death experience, all the Deemster chemicals and stuff are firing in the brain still. It's never a black scan brain. You never have a dark brain in a near-death experience. It just doesn't happen. So no one knows. No one knows. And the truth is, in this present moment, death doesn't exist. Right here in this moment, it's just, it doesn't exist. And existence is never born and never dies. You are existence. So what does death have to do with you? It's like, I live on an island. I look at the ocean, right? I look at the beach, I surf, and I look at the waves. They rise and they fall. But does the ocean ever die and disappear in this analogy? No, never, ever. And so the ocean of being waves, right? And it waves as all these supposed separate things, and they're not. Waves aren't separate from the ocean. Waves are the ocean. And so the waves rise and they fall, and there's no end to the ocean. You are the ocean. There's no end to the ocean. The preaching live session right below this one. What are you doing leaving my live, Judy? No, just joking. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, every time you scroll, like every other live stream is like a preacher or something, got his Bible on the table. You just need you, right? You just need, yeah, right. You just need you. What is you? What is you? And what is a need? Really, we have no needs. Need is a human concept as well. Jim Carrey vibes. I think it's a sign. Let me read some comments for a minute. Let's see. Love how passionate you are. Thank you, Azazel. I enjoy it. It's fun for me. I love to think about these things. I love to talk about these things, and it's fun for me. I know that there are a lot of people out there who resonate with what I have to say and enjoy it, and it speaks to them. So that that's a pleasure for me as well. It's also, it's entertaining for me. It's all entertainment for me as well. What's up, Gus? If you had a choice to be a part of the human experience, would you have accepted or declined? And why? That's a very hypothetical question, but a cool, entertaining question. I've never been asked that before. If you had a choice to be a part of the human experience, would you have accepted or declined, and why? I don't know how to answer that question. I mean, I want to say I would accept it. I mean, why not? This very shirt says, "You are the universe experiencing itself." So what is life but the experience of the universe as itself? That's what we are. We are the universe experiencing itself. We're existence experiencing itself. So all of it is just a happening. It's a happening of existence. It's the process of existence happening. And, it's a hypothetical question, of course. But, from the egoic standpoint or whatever it is, I mean, I would say, yeah, I would accept it, because why not experience yourself as this particular, what was that? I heard a sound on my computer and I don't know what it was. What's up, Dibster? Let's see. How can connect? I'd love to talk. I'm going through the same thing. Yeah, my mental. You can reach out through here. God is calling. Bo. You can message me on here on TikTok. You can go to rickquestionstings.com, and actually on the very home page, it says welcome home, and at the bottom there's a contact form. It just emails me. Or I can't always be at the chat, but I actually have a chat feature on rickquestionstings.com as well. And if I'm on it, I can chat back and forth. But I'll always respond to an email. So there's a contact form, and you can, if you want to just straight shot it as an email, you can do that. Or you can message me on TikTok as well. Yeah, I'd love to talk with you, my mental. Oh, I missed it. I missed it, Tim. I missed what you're responding to. It must have been pretty out there. You don't want to know what it says. Great. Let's see. Let me do something here. Real quick. My mental, thank you for the subscription, my friend. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. I wonder what that noise, that sound was. I feel like there was something trying to get my attention, somebody or a comment or something, and I can't figure out what it was. I've never heard that noise, that sound. It was like, sounded magical. Dang, it's hot in here again. But I'm drinking a hot drink, so. Let's see. Mental health TikTok. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna follow you back, my friend. And that way we can communicate. Let's see. I've done a lot of talking already in the first 25 minutes, so let me look at some of these comments. What book do you recommend? Good question. What book do I recommend? I do have a book recommendations page on rickquestionstings.com as well, so you can go there. A friend recommendation, like friends and supporters, and a book recommendation page. But I read a lot. I've read a lot. I've read a lot. And I would recommend anything Alan Watts, specifically The Way of Zen. I love The Way of Zen. Really cuts to the heart of some things. Tao, The Watercourse Way by Alan Watts is a good one. And both of those I have on my book recommendations site. But I do love, I love Zen writings and Taoist writings and Advaita Vedantan writings, like I Am That by Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, right? I love those books, I really do. But this tiny little book, it's out of print, but there's a new expanded version of it. Thich Nhat Hanh, I love Thich Nhat Hanh. He was such a sweet guy. The Heart of Understanding, commentaries on the Prajnaparamita Sutra. I just read that again recently because it's so small. I've read it several times. The Tao Te Ching, Krishnamurti, J. Krishnamurti is good stuff. But here's the other version. the other shore. I know it's backwards, but Thich Nhat Hanh, the other shore. I'm actually reading that one for the first time. It's the expanded new version of this one. Let's see, decline. But I would highly recommend Alan Watts. I love Alan Watts. I really do. I've loved it. I've loved Alan Watts for over a decade. Read him, listened to him, still listen to him, still read him every once in a while. I love reading his autobiography too. It's so fascinating. Rick is always so positive and calming vibes. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that, man. Love Thich Nhat Hanh. Yeah, Thich Nhat Hanh is, I love him too. And some of his writings are a little more deeper than others, like this, like the Heart of Understanding. Like he goes through the Zen, the Heart Sutra, and it's really good. It really is. I mean, it gets right to the heart of things. Familiar with the concept of shadow work? Vaguely, just vaguely. I mean, I've never really dived into shadow work, but I mean, I know what it is. I guess I'm not as up to speed on it enough to really talk about it. And God is real. Well, if you mean a separate entity out there, that's not true, and you're just saying what you believe. That's just a belief. Help me in healing my trauma and deconstruct religion, etc. Yeah, I've heard it's very, it's super effective. You practice grounding. Well, do you practice grounding? Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I necessarily practice grounding, but I probably do. Just maybe I don't think of it in those words, those terms, but I practice. I wouldn't even call it a practice. I exist being. So I go through all the emotions and, I deal with all the stuff. But there is an underlying consistent bliss and peace that comes from this meditative state of existence, right? Meditative state in life where it's not just, I'm not just like meditating all the time, but it's just a consistent meditative state is what I call it, where you're just in this flow in continuity with, in synchronicity or something like that with the flow of the cosmic energy, right? I don't know how to put it in words. I really don't. I'm just like trying to put it out there. So it's this constant existing with the understanding and the experience of myself as existence happening as it's happening in the moment. And that's absolutely grounding. If that's if I'm using that word in the same way. Thank you, Jesse. Let's see. How would you cope? I know I've missed a lot of comments. How would you cope with loss now that you don't have the belief of heaven to lean on? Well, I mean, I've had to deal and cope with loss without the belief of heaven or hell, right? And I mean, it's really just what I've just spoke about, is living in that meditative state. I live in meditative state, so much so that I'm always removed from drama that doesn't serve me. Yeah, like a detachment, right? A state of detachment. And yeah, so, how do you cope with loss, not believing in heaven or hell? Well, for one, I know that everyone around me is not separate from me, and that they are existence just as I am. We aren't truly separate. We aren't separate at all. And so I know that what is lost is never truly lost, because existence is, period, right? There is no life and death, being and non-being as far as existence goes. Now, the ego seems to cease to exist at some point. But like I said, it's just a wave of the ocean that subsides back into the ocean. The wave is never separate from the ocean. It just believes it is as an ego. So if I'm a wave of the ocean of being, right, the illusion of separation causes me to believe that I'm separate from the ocean of being as a wave, and I'm not. waves aren't separate from the ocean. They are the ocean, right? So the wave rises and it falls, but it's never separate from the ocean. It's a form. It's the ocean waving. It's the ocean forming these things, right? And we look out and we see them as separate things, and they're really not. It's the ocean. So loss is a wave rising and falling. Birth is a wave rising, and death is a wave falling, and it never ceases to be the ocean. It is always the ocean. And, other than that, with that understanding, you're a human being, and so there's always sadness to deal with. There's always emotions to deal with. And that's just the experience of being an ego, the experience of being a human being, the experience of having a persona, the mask that we wear, right? It's the experience that we have. Yeah, thank you for the question, Mood. Thank you, Nan. So those, you're going to have those experiences of the human experience, but having that understanding does give you this underlying, thank you, Bo, this underlying peace and I don't know, awareness of what death really is. Oh, good, Ellie. I'm glad you're here. Have you thought about making ASMR videos about these things? Your voice is soothing? No, I haven't. But maybe I should. Do you believe your ego is our greatest weakness? It creates so much separation. Well, so I wouldn't judge it as a weakness. Yes, it is, to put it in those words, it is the cause of suffering and pain. It is, yes, for sure. Hey, I gotta go, but I'll definitely read. Okay, good. Yes, my mental. Thank you. Yeah, reach out for sure. But so yes, it is the greatest form of weakness. Thank you, Nan. Absolutely. But if you watch the ego and it as a happening as well, then you can play with it, and the ego is affected by that, of course. As your awareness deepens and your awareness expands, and you're in one of my posts, I talked about maybe it's something about, I can't remember what I titled it, practices of non-duality or something like that, right? And it's relaxing into like a peripheral consciousness is kind of what a meditative state is. You're relaxing into your peripheral consciousness, because your consciousness is normally just so concentrated, right? And we're focused on this and that, and a relaxed consciousness into the peripheral consciousness kind of takes in all kinds of things and expands. And so when you can relax into this peripheral consciousness where you are basically witnessing, in a sense, there's no separation like a separate witness either, but when you are in this understanding, when you are witnessing the ego, you witness the ego, not necessarily as a weakness, but just as a happening of the universe, a happening of existence. So we need to work on more consciousness of the ego. I like it, creating awareness and adjustments. Yes, that's good. That's a good way to put it. You're good with words. That's a good way to put it. I like it. Let go of my ego. Yeah. I just woke up. What's up, man? You're late, Dave. You've missed a lot of good stuff, a lot of good comments. Yeah, the waves. If we relax and have and just and it's not really even expanding awareness. It's relaxing into a peripheral awareness, a peripheral consciousness, where you're witnessing and taking in everything, but you're watching it as a happening. You have an understanding that it is a happening of existence, a happening of the universe. So everything that you speak, every word that you speak, every beat that your heart makes, every breath that you take, everything that happens is a happening of the universe. Your firings of the brain is a happening of existence. And you look out and you see the sun, by the way, tonight in Galveston, over the water, there's almost a full moon. It looks like a full moon, but I think tomorrow's officially the full moon, like a snow moon or something. But anyway, it's just shining so bright over the water, and it's so beautiful. But you see that as a happening of existence because it's all a happening of one existence, and nothing is separate. Nothing is separate. Everything is existence, and so are you. You are that existence. You're the ocean of being, waving in this and that form. But when you can look at it and watch it in that way and see it all as a happening, it all merges into this whole, and you see it for what it is as a whole, and just happenings of the whole. And the ego is also a happening of the whole. Oh, good question, Judy. I miss Texas. I usually live in San Leon. Oh man, that's super close. Yeah, that's super close. I love it here. I love it here. How long have you been on? Since 9. Judy, how do you get over religious guilt? Good question. Um, well, I think everything that I'm saying is the way that I have. Because I think there was a lot of guilt that was a potential for me. And I had some guilt when I first left Christianity. When I discovered that Christianity wasn't true, I left. I got out of ministry. I left the religion. And I had no more faith because I couldn't intellectually believe it anymore. And I had this anger at first, and my pendulum swung all the way over to, yeah, right, sin, all the way over to like this angry atheist, and I had religious guilt, and I don't mean like the guilt of like, oh, I'm sinning, and I know that's what you mean, but for me, it was like, I can't believe I wasted so much of my life on this, and I don't feel that way anymore, but this was my pendulum swing. But it just was a process for me, walking on my own path and discovering, the nature of reality and who I really am as existence itself. It really removes all guilt because there is no place for guilt. But if you're talking about religious guilt, which I assume you are, as far as like the potential for being punished for leaving the religion or something like that, because it's been so ingrained into us to feel guilt and some sort of fear, right? Because they have made us feel so guilty and sinful. They've made us scared of the consequences of sin, not being perfect or living up to, whatever we're supposed to live up to. If you're talking about that, well, for me, that wasn't a big deal because the first domino for me to fall, the big dogmatic domino, the doctrinal domino for me to fall was the doctrine of hell. I stopped believing in hell. I discovered that there was no hell even when I was a Christian in ministry. And I essentially became a Christian universalist at that point. And so I didn't have fear of hell anymore. And so when I did leave Christianity intellectually and left the religion and left the ministry, I left already not believing in hell. So I didn't have to get over that part either. Which, if I've always said, if I could just package up like a package of deconstruction, somebody that's going to go through deconstruction and say, here you go, you need to do this. The first domino that I would like to push over for those people is the doctrine of hell, because I think hell hangs on to you. If you continue to believe it, if it's like one of the last things that you stop believing in, right? And you never figure out why you don't believe in it, it hangs on to you. It has a tendency to hang on to you, and that fear hangs on to you. And so when you realize, you had it a little easier, I think it was just the order of things, because hell doesn't exist. There is no hell. There is absolutely no hell. It's simply a belief. And it's a misunderstood belief. There's no hell in the Old Testament. There's really no hell in the New Testament, because Gehenna is an extension of Gehenna in the Old Testament. So the Valley of Hinnom. So there's and I've written about this on rickquestionthings.com. There's a historical understanding of Gehenna that just demolishes hell. That doesn't mean that there were no people then that believed in some afterlife existence of a hell or something like that. But in the Gospels, Gehenna is just a reference to the destruction of Jerusalem, the Valley of Hinnom right outside of the city. So when the Romans sacked Jerusalem, in the Old Testament, God would threaten his people with their corpses being thrown into the Valley of Hinnom and things like that. That's Gehenna. Transliteration into the Greek is Gehenna. And so in the New Testament, you have Gehenna used in the same exact way. It's language of covenant cursing. God is going to curse his people, and their corpses are going to be out in the Valley of Hinnom, or Gehenna. And that's what hell is. That's what hell is. There is no hell. am I taking guests? Yes, later on. Yes, I am. Brianda, later on I'm going to take guests. But I may jump off actually here in a minute and jump back on, because anytime I'm on longer than an hour, for instance, TikTok, it's really hard to download the lives, or I've had trouble downloading the lives. There's a yogi saying, pain is inevitable, suffering is a choice. Many choose to suffer. Wow. Yeah. That's a good quote. I like that. That's a good one. Good comments tonight. Good discussion. I like it. I'm sipping on some mushroom coffee right now. Hey, Tasha, what's up? You feeling better? I hope you're feeling better. Do I believe in astral projecting? So I don't believe in anything really. So, and I haven't experienced that, and I don't know much about it. So I would have to say that I don't, because I don't have any beliefs. I don't have any specific beliefs. Let's see. Please say more on hell. Well, that kind of wraps it up. You know, it is. So there's Sheol in the Old Testament, right? Sheol. Most people say Sheol. And Sheol is just the place of the dead, that all the dead go in the Old Testament. So there's no hell in the Old Testament. There's this place, Sheol. But what there is in the Old Testament is you find the Valley of Hinnom. And the Valley of Hinnom is always used in the Old Testament to reference a destruction, a punishment, a physical punishment that Israel is about to go through, has gone through, or is going through, right? Thank you for the rose. And so when you read about the Valley of Hinnom, it's always in context of a war against Israel. And it's, thank you for the rose. And it's that name. So it's always a reference to a war with Israel, and it's a covenantal judgment that God is saying he's going to, in the stories, God is going to destroy and punish them, and their corpses are going to be laid out in the Valley of Hinnom and things like that. Well, in the New Testament, when you have the word hell in the Gospels, it is, what's up, Austin? It is, it's coming from the word Gehenna, and Gehenna is a transliteration of the Hebrew that means Valley of Hinnom, right? In the New Testament, it's carrying on the same language, it's using the same word that's used in the Old Testament, and it's using it in the same way. So it's a threat to Israel, right, to the scribes and Pharisees, because that's who's always in danger of Gehenna in the Gospels. It's always the scribes and Pharisees, the rulers of Israel, the leaders of Israel, the leaders of the Jews, and that's the same thing in the Old Testament. And they're Jesus is giving them the same judgments as are given to them in the Old Testament. And what happens? Well, what has already happened, but what's being written about, is the Romans come in and they destroy Jerusalem in 70 CE. They destroy the temple. And that is what Gehenna is all about in the New Testament. Gehenna is not a place after death where anyone's going to have an eternal conscious torment existence. It doesn't exist. There are hints of that here and there. There are hints of it in that place in time in history. People believe that, but it's brought in from the Greco-Roman understanding of things. So it is a Greco-Roman understanding of the afterlife. But in the Gospels, it has nothing to do with an eternal conscious torment. It's all about this same covenantal judgment language in the Old Testament for the Valley of Hinnom and Gehenna in the New Testament. Oh, good. Okay, my mental. I appreciate it. I'll look for it. Thanks for letting me know, too. So that's what hell is. Hell doesn't exist. Hell doesn't exist. There is no hell. How did it get converted to fire and brimstone? By taking the language literally, when it never was meant to be taken literally, right? So it's like, I just posted on rickquestionsthings.com, Matthew 24 and the coming of Jesus, where I show that it doesn't teach that Jesus is coming again in the future. It's all about the destruction of Jerusalem. So when you have this Greco-Roman idea mixed in with some of the literal language, taking the language literally, then you have it morphing into this solid, dogmatic, doctrinal view of an eternal conscious torment of fire and brimstone. And none of that is meant literal in the New Testament at all. It really isn't, because it's all written as prophetic hindsight about what had happened already in 70 CE, which was the destruction of Jerusalem. Yeah, they always say that Jesus is coming back soon, but he never is. He's never going to come back. He's never going to come back. Jesus is never coming back. If there was a Jesus, if there was a guy named Jesus, he died just like anybody else. And the Jesus that you read about in the New Testament is a fabrication. It's absolute fiction. Hey, Patrina, what's up? It's absolute fabrication. What hell actually is the absence of God. Well, then everyone is in hell constantly, because God is always absent. So everything is hell in that case, if that's true. Yeah, no, there is no absence of God, even, because God is just a belief. God just doesn't exist as far as an external entity, some deity out there who's judging you or created things, or, it just doesn't exist. Oh, Nan, you read the Book of Enoch and Judas? I have, years ago. I have, not recently at all. I lost it. Oh yeah. Why would those be excluded from the modern Bible? Yeah, good question. And I'd have to refresh my thinking on that for sure. How do you explain speaking in tongues and healing in day-to-day life? It isn't real. So the mind is a powerful thing, and emotion is a powerful thing. The mind is a powerful thing. I mean, the body heals itself with the power of the mind in so many instances. The placebo effect. You can give a placebo to someone and their body suddenly heals as though they took something else, right? You can give someone something harmful or tell them it's something harmful and it's not, and they will feel the harmful effects. So it is a placebo effect. Speaking in tongues is just, it's absolute emotion, hype, passion, desire, all of those things balled up in one. Now, the preachers that are speaking in tongues, that's all fake, 100% fake. You can watch the documentary Marjo, and it's very telling on those guys. So the Pentecostal preachers and the Assembly of God preachers and those the evangelists, the televangelists, Kenneth Copeland, and all those guys that are Benny Hinn that are speaking in tongues, it's all fake, 100% a show. The people, though, in the churches who are falling down and speaking in tongues and hallelujah, all that kind of stuff, are doing it in the closet. It's all hype, emotion, passion, desire. They convince themselves and well themselves up to do it, and they think it's a real experience. And so that all of that is just interpreted as a real experience that they're having, and it's really not. It's really not. It's just it's imagination. Yeah, the stories are exaggerated by as a fake. Exactly. Jesus, Lord, repent. He loves you so much. But he's not, and he doesn't love me because he is not alive to love me. Why are you lying? I'll speak in tongues all day. All day. Marjo, yes, 1972. I was wondering what year it was. I always say I think it's in the 70s. Yeah, it's really good. So Marjo Gersner he was a Pentecostal preacher, an evangelist, a tent revivalist, and he was actually an atheist, but he would go on these evangelistic quests and have these tent revivals, and he would lay people out in the spirit, and they're speaking in tongues and doing all this stuff, and they believe that he's, this man of God. Well, he starts feeling guilty because he's actually an atheist. So he assembles this documentary crew, has them follow him around all through these tent revivals, and he wants to show that it's a show. He wants everyone to know this is all a show. It isn't true. It isn't real. And so he has this. Can you see my comments? I can see that one. I'm probably missing them if they're in the scroll. So he has this documentary film crew where he's coming out and displaying the the show that isn't true. And when you watch Marjo, you see in Marjo the Benny Hinns, the Kenneth Copelands, the Joel Osteens, all the Joyce Meyers. All these people are the same thing. They don't really believe deep down. They're atheists. They really are. They're just raking in the millions. That's it. Cherokee, and I speak the devil's tongue. No way. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, thank you, Jim. So yeah, this is you can find it on rickquestionthings.com. I actually make all kinds of shirts. I have several Alan Watts shirts. Thank you. I appreciate that. I also write on rickquestionthings.com. I've written a lot about non-duality, living in the present, the nature of reality and existence, also deconstruction, my deconstruction journey, why I'm not a Christian anymore, why Jesus isn't coming back, why hell doesn't exist. What exactly is non-duality? So it's what I've been talking about previously if you were on, just that existence is all that there is, and an illusion, the greatest illusion that there is that there are separate things. Separation is an illusion. So that we are separate, that there are separate things and events, and that anything at all is separate from anything else is simply an illusion. That is all the flow of the cosmic energy of the universe and all things. It is existence. You are existence. I am existence. We are existence, and we are not separate. We are all that exists as waves of the ocean of being, essentially, which makes us the ocean of being. I still have stitches in my mouth, by the way. I think I messed them up today. Time's the biggest illusion. Yeah, time is an illusion. It really is. It's just a measurement. It's like a ruler. You know, you hear people say. I've heard Alan Watts say it. I've heard other people say that inches don't exist. It's just a measurement. Longitude and latitude. You're very grounded. Oh, thank you. Longitude and latitude are they're forms of measurement. It's human concept, and so is time. Time is a form of measurement to help us make sense of change. And it doesn't exist. It's all just stuff we made up. Right? Exactly. Life, presence, consciousness is always entirely present. Exactly. And that's non-duality. Is this moment right here, right now, is all that exists, and it's existence itself. It's what you are. The ever-present is now. Exactly. Time is relative, and essentially it boils down to that it's an illusion. It doesn't even exist. Yeah, Bustin, that's what I was saying. So I still have stitches, and today thank you, Patrina. I think I messed them up today. So I'm a teacher as well. I teach computer science 1 and 2 and entrepreneurship. So I teach Python coding and business. And I have this student from last year who has always challenged me to arm wrestling. And so we've arm wrestled for over a year now. And his goal, he's a senior this year, and his goal is to beat me before he graduates, right? So he's working out. And I've always been this freak of nature when it comes to arm wrestling. I'm not like, I think I'm fairly strong for my age, but like I'm not the strongest guy, you know. But for some reason, even in high school, I was like, you know, skinny and I didn't work out much. But I don't know. I was always like just this weird anomaly at arm wrestling. And so this student, he came by today, and I hadn't seen him in a few weeks at least. And he came by today. And he's like, and he barely speaks English, so he's here from, he moved here from Honduras, I think it's Honduras. So anyway, he comes in, and he's like, again? That's what he always says, again? And I was like, yeah, come on, let's do it. So, and I thought, maybe I shouldn't do this with stitches in my mouth, but I thought, no, it's okay. So we square up, you know, on the table, and we start, and I'm aware of my mouth, I'm aware of the stitches, and I'm thinking, don't tense up in the face. So I'm aware, and I'm trying to just keep all this relaxed, and I feel like I do, but man, this kid's strong, and we're just going at it. You know, sounds like we're in there just fighting. And I finally beat him. It's the hardest time I've ever had with him. Finally beat him. And I stand up, and a couple minutes later, I feel this throbbing where my stitches are. And I'm like, oh no. And now it all feels different. And that was around lunchtime today. And now it all feels different. Like there's some loose stitching, so I know I busted some stitches. And now it feels like it kind of like opened up a little bit, and it just feels different. So I hope I didn't mess it up, man. I'm so scared that I messed it up, because I was in 2 weeks of absolute excruciating pain and agony with what happened at first. So I'm wrestling with all of the believers tonight. So I'm hoping it's all good. We'll see in a couple of days, I guess. You have jokes, but life is not a joke. What makes you say so? It's the cosmic joke. The joke is that you think you are this separate individual when you're not. You are absolutely all that exists. You are existence itself. You're the universe. That's the biggest joke that there is that you think you're not, that you think you're separate from everything else. It's the biggest joke that there is. It's the cosmic joke that you think you're just this poor little me, right? That you're this soul put in down here in this creation by God. All of that is just a belief. It's just purely belief. It's the biggest joke that there is. You are existence itself. That's huge. That's huge. And that's what you are. That's what you are. No, I don't believe that at all. You don't have to believe it. It's what exists right now is all that exists. There's nothing to believe. You don't have to believe anything. It's all right here, right now. This moment is all that exists. The past is only it only exists right now in the present moment as thought. Present thought right now. It doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. It's imagination happening in the present moment right now. All that exists is right here in this moment. And that makes you existence. That makes you inseparable from it. You can never escape the present. You can never get out of the present. You can never be in the past. You can never be in the future. Your present thoughts could be present thoughts about so-called past or so-called future, but it isn't. It's always present. And so you're always here in this moment as this moment, and you can't escape it. So you don't have to believe anything. You don't have to believe anything. You are it, whether you believe it or not. You are the energy of the cosmos. You're not separate from it. Everything is energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. You are energy, period. We know this. We experience this. Energy flows and takes forms, and matter never disappears. Matter never goes away. Energy never goes away. So that's what you are. You are it. You're made up of the same stuff as everything else around you. Things like evil, bad, good are human constructs. Exactly. Just human concepts. Prove the Bible wrong. Well, the Bible's just belief. It's just belief. How can you not prove it wrong? The fact that it is a belief proves that it's wrong. But you can go to rickquestionsthings.com and see that I've proven what it is, which is a product of human beings in their own historical context, just trying to explain things that they have lived through and experienced. That's it. Namely, in the New Testament, it's the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 CE. And when you understand the historical context, you know that it's not true. But I've written about that. You can go read about that. The Bible is not true. It's simply belief. It's purely belief. Purely belief. And you are believing the ancient beliefs of ancient human beings, so far removed historically from you that you have no idea what they meant by anything that they wrote, because it's totally foreign to you. You have no idea what their context is. You have no idea what their historical context is, what their environment was like, what their frame of mind was. You have no idea. Yeah, it is time to restart the life. You have no idea. You're so far removed from that historical context that you are simply believing. You're not even believing the beliefs of ancient human beings. You're believing what you believe are the beliefs of ancient human beings because you've totally misinterpreted and misunderstood them. So you're not even believing the beliefs of ancient human beings. You're believing what you believe are the ancient beliefs of human beings. Jesus Christ is absolutely real. What? How can you say he's absolutely real when you cannot see him, hear him, smell him. I mean, that is a belief. You can't say that a belief is absolutely real. That is a contradiction. You're believing that it's true, but you can't say it's absolutely true. I mean, it's a belief. How can you say that a belief is absolutely true? That is, I mean, you're just parroting words at that point. It's meaningless. It's absolutely meaningless what you say. I'm not being disrespectful either. I mean, I'm really not. I'm just pointing out that you're saying that what you believe is absolutely true. And that is utterly, it's ridiculous. I'm just going to call it what it is. Believing the believings of belief. Oh man, Link, you're good grief, man. Good grief. That's utterly ridiculous. Well, write it down and send it to me then. But once you go to rickquestionsthings.com and you've read what I've written, I think you'll take a step back and go, wait a minute. I believe in God, but I'm not a Christian. Interesting. Your website is incredible. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. Yeah, everybody go to rickquestionsthings.com. Oh, there's a look. Joey said, "Can we have an open debate?" Joey's never been here before, has he? I'm not interested in debates because apologists are the most insincere, disingenuous people on the planet. They have their points. They will never engage in an open conversation with sincerity and genuineness. And I'm interested in conversation, like real, genuine conversation. But yeah, we can have a discussion later when I start letting guests on, sure. Oh, okay, good, Joey. Pastor Steve will explain the Bible to you in any way. Look, I've been there, I've done that. I have a Master's of Arts in Religion from Westminster Theological Seminary. I was a pastor for several years. I have, oh, thank you, Wayne. You can get it on rickquestionsthings.com if you want. I've been there, I've done that. I've preached it, I've researched it, I've studied it, I've learned Hebrew, I've learned Greek, I've translated more scripture than most Christians have read. And I came to the realization intellectually that it isn't true. And I'm just telling you my truth. I'm telling you my truth. You don't have to believe me. In fact, I don't want you to believe me. I'm just telling you what I've discovered to be true. And you can go and research yourself. If you're interested, you can read what I've written at rickquestionsthings.com about it. It's not all I read about. It's not all I write about, but I have written about it, and you can go read about it if you want. Oh, there we go, Joey. Now the colors are coming out. I feel like you believe that your faith-based religion is better than other people's faith-based. I don't believe anything. What do I believe? What is my faith-based religion? Do you think getting a theology degree is a good? Science isn't my religion. I put no stock. And if anything about science changed tomorrow, it would unfaze me. It wouldn't faze me at all. I would be unfazed, is what I mean. I have no belief. Period. Somebody asked me last night, "You believe in the Big Bang?" I don't believe anything. If the evidence causes me to lean one way or another, I am considering that based on evidence, but I don't believe it, and I don't hold to it. I'm utterly detached to it, because if tomorrow the Big Bang is shown to be utterly ridiculous, it wouldn't faze me. It would be irrelevant to me. It wouldn't matter to me because I don't believe it. I will lean one way or the other based on the evidence presented to me as far as science goes, but I put no stock in, I mean, what is it to me that I that there was a big bang or not. What is it to me? It's irrelevant in this present moment, because all that exists is this moment right here, right now. That's all that exists. All that exists is this moment right here, right now. That's it. So what is it to me whether I believe in science or not? I don't. I don't believe in anything. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in any. I have no beliefs. You believe in your unbelief. That's absurd. That's an absurd statement. That is absolutely meaningless. It means nothing. It literally means nothing. It literally means nothing. You believe in your unbelief. You don't have to believe in unbelief. That's absurd. Those are meaningless words. That has absolutely no meaning to say. I don't know why people say that. People say that all the time. It's one of those parroted things that somebody hasn't thought through. They just say it without thinking about it. If they would just stop and think about it for a second, they would see that it's meaningless. No, Bustin. Dude, I'm going 60 days without a drink. No, I'm not on day 60. I plan to go 60 days. Just as kind of like a cleanse or whatever. Now, I will say I'm going to have a drink in March because we're having a family member's birthday party at the brewery here. And so, I mean, I can't go to the brewery without a drink. But no, I'm sipping on some mushroom coffee tonight. Last night was tea. Do you believe in yourself? I don't have to believe in myself. I exist. Here I am, right here in this moment as existence. I don't know these kind of lives. I know, man. Is that Alan Watts? Yes, I love Alan Watts. I love Alan Watts. He is incredible. Go to rickquestionsthings.com and I have shirts like this there that I've created. Do you have faith in anything? No. Well, you're asking if I believe anything, and I don't believe I don't believe anything. I mean, especially like religious beliefs. I don't have any beliefs as far as that goes. I can if I were to sit and examine all of my thoughts and everything that do I have beliefs in there that are unrecognized and unnoticed? Like, I don't know. I can't hear myself on YouTube stream right now. Do I believe that my voice is being projected into the stream? Well, I mean, if you want to call that a belief, based on my experience, it is being projected into the stream. But I mean, I don't have any beliefs. I don't have any beliefs. Do you meditate? Well, somebody asked that a while ago, and I kind of answer that question like this. I mean, every once in a while, yes, but it's more of a meditative life, a meditative existence, a state of living meditation, I would say, because I don't have any beliefs, like I say, and so I know that this moment is a happening of existence. I mean, this is existence right here, right now, right? And it's all happening. This moment is a happening, and it's all that exists. And when you understand that, and you know that separation is an illusion, because we are all made of the same stuff, right? We are composed of the same stuff. We are all the same energy of the cosmos that is neither created nor destroyed. It's all energy or matter, or however you want to put it, whatever word you want to put on it. We are this universe. We are the universe. And that's when you understand that, you have an awareness of that. That's a meditative state. You can live in this meditative state. Stardust, we are, yeah. Do you believe in the government when they claim something? I don't believe the government, period. If you believe in the government, it's kind of like believing in religion. I don't believe in politics either. I don't believe in politics or religion. Prayers to give thanks, meditations are fasting for asking. Meditation. Agnostic. Can I be a starburst candy? Do you feel peaceful during a meditative state? I do have this underlying consistent peace. I'm a human being, so I have all of the emotions, and I go through all the same things that we as human beings go through. But I think, experiencing myself in this moment, I do consistently have this underlying peace that is always there because I understand these. I mean, this because of my understanding, because of what I've come to know and realize, right, and be aware of it. There is this underlying bliss and peace that never goes away. I experience the ego. I experience the egoic emotions. I experience all of those kinds of things. And I experience the happenings of the brain, because the brain, the firings of the brain are just a happening of the universe as well. It's a happening of existence. And so I experience all that just like anybody else. But I think there's a way to experience, and I think I experience it with awareness, with consciousness, with understanding that has deep inside this consistent peace and bliss that just never goes away. It really doesn't. I'm out of mushroom coffee already. I am bliss. Right. Exactly. I am. Face yourself. Buddha said the source of suffering is desire. Free yourself to desire to end. Free yourself. I missed it. Free yourself of desire to end suffering. Right. When you see everything as the happening of the universe, the happening of experience, of existence, then I don't think you have much desire at that point, as far as like a deep desire goes. 10:13. Man, I'm tired. I don't know. Maybe it's because I went live last night. The name of your drink. So I've tried various mushroom based coffees, and the one I have right now is the Simple Truth organic mushroom instant coffee, and it's really good. I like it a lot, and I put creamer in it. It's just really good. So that's what I had tonight. Yeah, I like mud coffee. Yeah, mud water. Mudwater used to follow me on TikTok. I guess they still do. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. But I thought that was pretty cool because I was drinking their coffee for a while there. I need to get some more. Hello. I'm going to turn the fan on. It's really hot in here. No wonder. So we haven't turned on the air condition in months. A couple of months. Because, we have a short winter here in Galveston. But we haven't turned the air conditioner. I just turned it on for the first time since winter. Because it's 72 degrees in here. It's gotten so hot. But it was hot today outside. It felt really good actually, but it was. Oh, you did last night, Tasha? Yeah, I finally did tonight for the first time, just now. And the fan. Because it was hot. It was hot last night too when I was on live. It's fun how you know the Bible so well, but you're a troll. That guy can't be real. He can't be real. Don't doubt yourself. Thank you, Bo. Link is definitely a troll. There's no way somebody could be that. I'm sweating in here, man. Come on, air. It is hot. I haven't felt hot in a while. Sorry for my misspelling. Well, it's not your misspelling that's the problem. It's your beliefs. It's your beliefs. I mean, don't mention where you. Oh, got you, my friend. Don't mention where you are. Oh, I got you. I see. Yeah, true. That's a good point. That's a good point. I think it's pretty easy to find me, though. Any therapy for deconstructing religious trauma? Well, I mean, honestly, I think is Simple Truth coffee on Amazon? I'm not sure. That's a good question. I get it at Kroger. And it's a mushroom coffee. Simple Truth is a Kroger brand, like an organic brand. Yeah, religious trauma. I was talking about that earlier, like right when I went live, because somebody asked kind of the same question. And I really, honestly, the only thing I could say about that is, you know, is, and I don't know really how to put it. Normally, I don't really think too much about my words at all, and so I guess I'll just say things, right? The things that I've been discussing, the recognizing and understanding what the illusion of separation is, and watching that illusion crumble. You know, dissolving the illusion of separation by understanding who you really are as existence, the universe, the energy of the cosmos. When you understand that, it really puts religious trauma in perspective. It really, truly does. It really does. I mean, when you understand, when you can transcend the illusion of separation and thinking of yourself as just this separate little entity here that was, you know, that is separate from everything around you, and all these things happened to you, and you know you're suffering them, and all those kinds of things. And when you can maybe put it this way, you can like zoom out into a macro perspective, right? I used to talk about that more often. Should probably talk about it more. When you can zoom out into like this macro perspective and see everything as one whole, right? See existence as one whole. And then you zoom in and you see all the little things happening in existence. But they're not separate things from existence. It's like the flowing process of existence in itself, of itself, right? It's this organic, flowing, inseparable process. And you can see all things as that process of a whole. Then it kind of puts all that trauma into perspective, right? You begin to see that, you know, it's just this whole existence right here, right now in this moment. In the past, all that trauma of the past, it only exists. The only real existence it has is right here in the present in my thoughts. And the only real existence that pain and suffering that I'm going through because of what happened to me is happening in the present because it's in my thoughts in the present. Like it doesn't actually exist anymore. It's all in the present. And these present thoughts are making me go through it and live it. When you had Alan Watts Tea, yeah, go to rickquestionsthings.com. I have them on there and other ones. When you can understand existence that way, it really puts that trauma into perspective. It really puts all of that religious bondage that we can be free of in perspective, and then you can be free of it. Thank you, Vaughn. I appreciate you. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to hop off so that I can download this live easily, because once I get over an hour, and I've been on for like an hour and 20 minutes, I'm going to hop off and I'm going to hop back on and I'll start taking guests. So follow me if you don't follow me. I'm also getting really tired, uncommonly tired for a Friday night. Usually I'm on pretty long, but I can't promise that I'm going to be on too much longer, because I really do feel really tired. I didn't sleep well last night. If you haven't followed me, follow me. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to hop back on, and then I'll start taking guests, okay? So I'll see you in just a minute. I'm not going to stop the YouTube stream, though. Let's see. There's Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti
That means
on
conflict.
TikTok.
Your mind is chattering and you suppress it.
Your mind is chattering.
So
You
there is
suppress it.
there's conflict, there's struggle. But you never say, why is my mind chattering?
I love
Not how
Krishnamurti.
to stop it. Why is your mind chattering?
I love this
Oh,
guy.
for God's sake,
Is anybody still on the
so
stream?
tired of stuff. Why is one's mind chattering?
Why is one's mind chattering?
Is it habit?
Hey, what's up, Dave? Is it
Is it
habit? Is
laziness?
it laziness? I love this guy. I love this guy. I really
Is
do.
it?
Okay, let's see. Um, I'm gonna go. Man, Dave, I'm super sleepy. I feel so tired tonight. Uncommonly tired. I don't get this tired usually on Friday Night Lives. Like I'm ready to go, and I feel like sluggishly tired for some reason. Let's see. Whoa. All right, let me set this live back up. Actually, I'm going to. No, I'm just going to go live. I just posted a video. Oh, nice. Let me go watch it real quick, Dave. Oh, and also, I need to shout you out. Listen to your body. I know. I hope I'm. Oh, cool. Let me see. Oh,
It's so wild to see your friend on TV
I
that you
love
just
it.
saw in real life.
I love it, dude. That's so awesome, man. Oh, so great. So great.
It's so wild to see your friend on TV that you just saw in real life.
That's so good, dude. Repost and bookmark. I'm just gonna yeah, you napped for over an hour. I'm just gonna go live for just a minute, and then I'll take a few guests. You know, God, it's so tiring to sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, oh, good, I want to take some guests, and then sometimes I'm like, it's gonna be the same old thing. The same old apologetic nonsense. Let's see. I wonder if I can. Too many characters. Let me put part two. That way, when I download it, I can see and know that this is part two. Still part one on YouTube. I love that post, Dave. That is so awesome. I love that post. Yeah, I do need to listen to my body. There's no doubt about it. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. A long week of teaching. A long week of not sleeping too well. And I'm tired of getting up super early, staying up late. It's so wild to type on my phone and it shows up on the TV. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I bet it is. That's cool. That's so awesome, man. I love that video. I love that video. Um, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, there you are, Bo. So glad. Gonna edit the one from earlier. Night. Yeah, nice. See, I can't even talk. I'm sluggishly tired tonight. So yeah, we're back. So I was just telling Dave on YouTube. I'm just like, our intellectual king. I'm uncommonly tired tonight. I'm really sleepy and sluggish. I feel so like sluggishly tired. And Dave said, listen to your body, man. You need rest. And I do feel like I need rest. I haven't slept well this week, and it's been a long week. Getting up early, staying up late, working, teaching a lot. This week we had to finalize grades, and this is a lot to do. It was busy. It was busy. All right, but what I'm going to do is I'll take some guests. Rest. It's fun. I know it is, and I need it. I don't rest very often. I really don't. Like I'm always doing something, you know, and it's not intentional. I'm not like always got to be doing something. I don't feel that way. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna invite you, Dave. I don't feel like I always have to be doing something. It's just that I just do. I do stuff. You fellow teacher, I work 3 jobs. Oh man. Yeah, it's a busy life when you're a teacher. Dave in Galveston. I invited you, Dave, I think. Did I? Oh, no, there you are. My friend Dave. There he is. There you are. What's up? What's up, my friend?
1,000 followers, and you can see me laying on the couch. So, yeah, I'm sure that everybody here would understand. Oh, dude, but there's a lot of people here, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here tonight, and so they were expecting you. But here's the thing. If you feel exhaustion coming on, you gotta listen to your body.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody give me a diamond if you agree. I'm such a shameless shill.
Shill for a shilling.
I think he's got to go outside. But, yeah, there's a lot of, look at like over 100 people dropped out since I joined. So I'm going to get out of here.
Now, it happens.
See the handsome men. Oh, does that, I know Rick's handsome, but,
No, it's just the way it goes. What's up, Brianda?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, good to have you on. How are you?
Look at that cute dog. I'm good.
There's Milo.
Wanted to give you a little anecdote because you talk about the now so much
Mm-hmm.
and being present. And
Yeah.
somebody here on TikTok, and I don't remember who it was. I think they go under the handle the motivational speaker.
Okay.
But he put it like this: that we like to think the now is like a tightrope that we're trying to walk, like
Yeah.
it's this little
Yeah.
sliver, and that the past is this big thing, and that the future is this
Hey, Aaron.
big thing, and we're always just kind of riding on this tightrope when actually the now is all there is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is. It's all.
We're flipping in and out of.
Yeah, it's not like you can't be anything but present. It's impossible. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna fall out of the present. I'm struggling to stay in the present. What you're struggling with is seeing what's happening in your mind as thoughts, because what's happening in your mind as thoughts is just that you're thinking of the past in the present, but it is the present still. Like, when people are like, oh, you gotta be present. I don't know if they completely know what they mean by that, because you are always completely present, because that's all that exists at any moment ever is, oh, am I frozen? Am I frozen? Oh, okay. Tasha, I'm not. I'm frozen to you. I am. You are present always. That's all that exists, is this moment, this existence right here, right now, and that's what you are, and you can't be separate from it. You can't be separate from the present, so you can't be in the past and the future. Oh, people. Oh, I am frozen. I wonder why I'm frozen.
not to me.
No.
You're fine to me.
I'm gonna switch to my Wi-Fi.
Well,
Let me see if Wi-Fi fixes it. Let's see. I wonder.
Maybe if you boot me, then it'll unfreeze you.
Am I still frozen? I'm on Wi-Fi now. Frozen here. Everybody's saying I'm still frozen. Okay. Let's see. Thanks. Okay, Branda. Yeah, let me see if it fixes when I kick you.
Yeah, that's all I had.
And then you can come back on.
some good stuff,
Yeah.
and that's why people are.
Brianda, you can come back on too if you want. I was just going to kick you and see. It's just TikTok being glitchy. Other lives are getting frozen as well. Oh, really? Maybe it's the solar flares.
right? And you know who created solar flares, right?
Aliens.
Jesus. Jesus made those. Right? You know what?
The
Actually, I
sun.
think baby Jesus. Yeah. What's your favorite style of Jesus? Do you like all American white golden
Let's see, white
Jesus?
frozen. I know.
Or do you like baby Jesus? You know, the one with the. How about the baby Jesus in the Philippines, where he's got the crown and he's standing up, but he's got a scepter and a crown.
Yeah.
He's got a cape, but he's a baby.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I kind of. Oh, Bo said it's good. It's a good look on your face to get frozen on.
Lucky.
Thank you. Weird. So you weren't frozen when I was on, but you are now. What? So I'm not frozen to my guests, but I'm frozen to all of the. And now it's down to 55.
You know what? Look, if the hundreds of people that dropped out since my face got on is an indicator enough, I suppose I should just get the fuck out of here. Okay, I'm gonna leave and see what happens.
No, dude, it isn't that. It's probably that I'm frozen. Dave isn't frozen, but I am. That is so strange. Well, you know what? But you know, you're just frozen. I wonder what position I'm frozen in. Like, is my face all like weird looking? And I wonder if Dave. Now, Dave, am I frozen to you? Now you're cold instead of frozen. I wonder. Can I turn my camera off? I've never done that before. Is there a way for me to turn my camera off? He's not frozen, y'all. Just being very still. I'm just being really still. Is there a way to turn my camera off? Because I've never done that before. Now I'm choppy. No longer frozen. Screenshot. I took a screenshot. Let me see. Anybody know how I can turn my camera off? Let me try this. Let me try to. I'll tell you what. Let me. Am I frozen now? Am I frozen? So I remove the background, the effect. You're not frozen on YouTube. No, I'm not frozen on YouTube. Oh, am I not frozen now? Yes, I am frozen, or it's better. You're not frozen on YouTube. Right. I'm not frozen on YouTube. So it is a TikTok thing. In and out. Okay, let's see. Not cool. TikTok, not cool. Let me see if I just do like what is? Let me try this. Let me try. Now we're just playing around here. Am I frozen? It's the parrot's fault. Sound is fine, but I'm just frozen on the screen. Am I still frozen? It's the breath of God. The prayers worked. Yeah, I should just restart. But I mean, honestly, you know what? Maybe this is just me needing some rest. It is frozen. Yeah. Damn. Don't you wish you could see me say, damn. Yeah, I guess I would. I guess I should just need some. I just need some rest. I just should get some rest. Yeah, come on back, Dave, for a minute. See if you could see me if you come on as a guest, Dave. Now you're going to listen to the gods. Universe is spoken. Am I unfrozen for you, Dave?
You're completely unfrozen as soon as I join the live.
Get the fuck out. That is so weird. So strange.
Tell everyone, you're dwindling live watchers.
Do what?
Come on.
What'd you say?
But anyway, I did make a video with
Yeah, that was cool.
and I also going to edit the one that we did today. So
Nice.
I hope everyone just, if you want to see Rick.
And you're going in and out. Your your audio is going in and out, Dave. Yeah. So I'm frozen. Your audio's going in and out. TikTok's killing us tonight. TikTok's killing us tonight. I need rest anyway. Maybe I'll try to go live again. I'm going to go live either Saturday or Sunday night as well. So I'll probably just leave tonight, get some rest. And yeah, I know I need to go to sleep. And I'll go live either Saturday or Sunday. But go to rickquestionsthings.com. Go to rickquestionsthings.com and read what I've written there. I've written all kinds of stuff about what I say on the background. I finally just shut it off. Yeah. I also write about all kinds of things, living in the present, non-duality, the nature of existence, all those kinds of things. I've written about Zen poems, but anyway, it's working better. Well, I'm going to get out of here anyway, and I can hear you now. Yeah. Thank you, Bo. I love you, my friend, very much. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great. I
Okay.
just wanted to tell everyone that I made some fun videos with you today. So
Yeah.
please, if you're interested in finding out about Galveston, where Rick and I live, please
Yeah.
follow me.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not as deep as Rick is, but I would like to invite everyone to, watch what I'm doing.
Am I unfrozen now?
I'm just trying to ride your coattails. Hi, Taylor.
Yeah. Follow Dave in Galveston. Follow Tasha, and check out her art. Love him, but he's lost and he's wrong. That's okay, user.
Love ya.
I'm not lost or wrong, but I respect you. But go to rickquestionsthings.com, user 372-539-633-829, and read what I've written there on rickquestionsthings.com, and I think you'll find it interesting. At least to think through. It'll be stimulating in some way or another. You may not agree, and that's okay. Hey, Jet. Follow Jet. Follow Bustin' Biscuits. Follow Dave in Galveston. I love all you guys. Bo, Judy. Good night. Yeah. Good night. Thank you, Dave, my friend. Dave and I had coffee today. We made a couple of videos. I made one and he made one. So that was pretty fun. But I love you guys. I'm sorry for all the weird TikTok stuff tonight. I don't know what happened. It's synchronicity. It's synchronicity. I'm tired. I'm sluggish. I'm sleepy. I need rest. Thank you, Isa. See, I appreciate you. So I'm gonna get some sleep. Not enough coffee. Man, I know it. I just had not mud water, but mushroom coffee. Simple truth, mushroom coffee. Yeah, you go live, Dave. Hey, maybe I'll join your live. Let's do that. Dave, you go live, and I'm gonna join you. If anybody wants to join over there. I need rest, but I'm going to join your live for just a minute before I go. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to hop on with Dave for just a little bit. Not for long. Dave, you can't let me hop on for long. All right. I love you guys. See ya. I'm either going to go live Saturday or Sunday as well, so I'll see you then. YouTube. I guess I'll go ahead and shut the YouTube off stream as well. But I love you guys very much. It was a weird night. I was tired. Had some great conversation at first. I mean, just really good. I loved the comments and responding to the comments and seeing the reactions. I did burn out real soon tonight, though. Sooner than usual. Faster than usual. But then TikTok started having weird issues. Freezing up. Audio. Look, there's nobody on live right now. That's weird. I guess everybody's having the same issues because normally on a Friday night across the top of my screen there's so many lives going on, and there's one out of all the people. There's one. Yeah, TikTok's really messed it up tonight, but that's okay. Yeah, thank you, Bo. I really appreciate you, man. I really do. I look forward to seeing you every live. I really do. And Bo, I'm going to plan a Zoom meeting for all of us as well, so that a lot of us that are always there can just like get on Zoom together and it just be us and let's talk. So I'm going to plan that, and I'll let you know when it is. All right, I'm going to get off of YouTube, stop the stream, and I'm going to hop on Dave's for just a little while. So if you catch me over there, Bo, you'll see me. Otherwise, I'll be live Saturday or Sunday. But I'll talk to you soon. I love you, my friend. And anybody else that's on, I'm not sure who else is on right now. I can't see. That's one thing that's weird about YouTube is I can't see who's on. Yeah, Zoom. Zoom's going to be good for sure. All right, good night.